There you go. Hi.
Hello.
Finally, after a few difficulties, we are on air. That's awesome.
Are
Thanks
we
for
the only
joining.
ones?
Say it again.
Are we the only ones?
We're waiting for Daniel,
Okay.
Nestor, and someone else, Susan.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
so thank you again. Like I said, this is just a conversation so we can get to know each other and the work that we do. We have met before,
Hmm.
so we kind of know what we do, but it would be nice to share with everyone. I think some people will be watching this. So it's my first Google Hangout. I have never done this, so bear with me and help me out.
So far,
Um,
so good.
awesome. So, Carolina, just tell me a little bit about your title, the work that you do, how long you've been doing. And Daniel is on.
Hi,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
Daniel.
How
Uh,
are you, Daniel?
Wonderful, wonderful. I can see you now.
Good, good. Let me just make sure that I have the volume up a little bit here because I can't really hear you guys. Let's see. There you go. Perfect. So, Daniel, I was telling Carolina that this is my first Google Hangout. I have never done that. So, I'm excited. Thank you so much for joining. And this is just to get to know each other, to get to know the work that we do, community engagement, how we reach out to our community. And I was going to have Carolina to introduce herself and share with us a little bit of the things that she is doing, reaching out to the community, and her title, and where she works, and all that. So please, Carolina, go ahead.
All right. I just want to make sure, Daniel, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Excellent. So I am the multicultural producer here at Montgomery College. I have been covering multicultural events that happen in the three campuses for the college, as well as, well, most recently, for example, I did a short video that got out to the Ethiopian community and helped draw about 200 to 300 people on Saturday to the college for the first time. So, and it wasn't in English or Spanish; it was completely in Amharic, which was my first time doing that. So that was kind of, yeah, I think that kind of gives you a picture of some of the things that I do. And I don't myself work to reach out to the community except through video. So I think community engagement is a is an office in the college that I think will give you a better sense of that. Susan, if she joins, I think would be great. But I support their work. So if that
Okay.
kind of helps understand what I'm working on.
Got it, got it. And what about you, Daniel? I know your job is, I mean, you have the best job. Let me tell you, you go to the best events, you are in the community all the time, everyone knows you. I think you have the best job. So tell Catalina a little bit of the things that you do, the projects, your title, how long you've been doing this.
Sure. So, Carolina, by the way, I was at the event on Saturday,
Oh, you
and
were.
yes, it was a phenomenal turnout and the
Nice.
work that was put in. So, as Elena said, my name is Daniel Corona. So, I came to this work as a volunteer, actually, yes, in 2009, and Mr. Leggett formed advisory groups. So there were existing advisory groups for the Latino, the African American, and the Asian
Hmm.
communities during the Doug Duncan era, and then Mr. Leggett then added an African, a Caribbean, and a Middle Eastern in 2008. So 2009, colleague of mine who at Howard University is a professor who teaches at law school, was a senior fellow. And then he said, "Hey, Daniel, this is an opportunity for you to come and just one day a week volunteer." And out of that volunteering work for 3 years, just organizing the community, but making sure that again, policy recommendations through the advisory group, collaborations with other advisory groups, and working together really. That's how I end up becoming an employee of the county. So that was about 2 years ago. I became an employee. So my primary role is really as the county executive's community liaison to the African and the Caribbean community. So those are the two, and those two communities have advisory groups. But we're all part of the Office of Community Partnerships. But I think my colleague Nestor Ranga just joined.
He just joined in, yes.
And so
hey, how's it going?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Well, it's been a process. It took a little while.
I know. I'm sorry, but it was my first one. It's my first Google Hangout, so no.
So we're not bad. Yeah, I think we're just good. Yeah.
There you go. So let's keep going. So maybe.
Yeah, so I have 15 minutes because I have to go to Silver Spring.
See, okay. So then, Daniel, if you don't mind, I'll jump to Nestor right now.
Absolutely, yes. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Continue.
We'll keep going back. Don't worry. But what I was asking them is to sort of share with us, because we are live. We have some other people watching us, and I would love to have people to get to know you, the work that you do, and how you serve the community, Nestor.
Sure. So, so I'm the Latino liaison for the Office of Community Partnerships, the county executive, but overall to all Montgomery County residents. So we are connectors, right? I'm sure Daniel. Sorry, I didn't hear it all. I just came at the end. But so we connect pretty much the county to the residents, and the residents to the county, whether it's the county agencies, you name it, or the county executive, or the county council. So pretty much we're connecting different parties and connecting the nonprofits as well. A lot of collaboration that we have going on there and partners. Again, the Office of Community Partnerships, right? So and then on top of that, I have the Gilchrist Center. I am the App County representative for the Gilchrist Center, Multicultural Diversity Center that we have. So it's pretty much the welcoming center for new immigrants or immigrants overall in Montgomery County. And what we do.
And the center is at the Gatesburg Library. Is that right?
Right. So we have a partnership with the Gatesburg with the library. Sorry. So we have the headquarters here in Wheaton at the Mid-County Regional Service Center, and then we offer, because of the partnership that we have with the library, so we have classes at the Wheaton Library, and then my office, I'm at the Gatesburg Library, and we have a suite there, and then we have the partnership as well with Montgomery College, as Carolina knows, right? And then in East County, we have Daniel with the East County Regional Service Center. And then so what we do there are pretty much basic, a lot goes on, right? It's not just basic, but so we have basic English classes, we have computer classes, we have citizenship classes. We cater to what are the needs in the community, what are the needs of the immigrant community in Montgomery County. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Keep going.
I'm seeing double Daniel. What's going
on?
Yeah,
me too. It was his twin brother. He just wanted to. Yeah.
Wow, two Daniels. Can't get enough of Daniel. All right.
Susan just joined us, and Susan was asking everyone to sort of share some of the work that they do. How do they reach out to their communities? Daniel talked about the African and Caribbean community. Nestor talked about the Latino community. Carolina also talked about the work that she supports you guys in Montgomery College doing video and all that. So tell me a little about the work that you guys do reaching out to the community, and how long you've been doing that.
So the new site at the Gatesburg Library has been there since last July, so July of 2014. It started with my colleague Paola and I. Paola was in charge. Paola was the one that was doing the main outreach. What we do is we try to reach out to the organizations that are really close to the Gatesburg Library. For example, Family Services or the Casa, Shady Grove. What else we have? Catholic Charities. So what we try to do is we try to bring flyers to them, and I know Carla has done some radio shows, and that actually has brought a lot of people. Once she talked about our classes in the radio, I don't know which radio, very well.
I wonder if it was Mi Escuela, Su Escuela, which is a Montgomery College radio show on Radio America.
What's the name of it?
It's called Mi Escuela, Su Escuela.
Right.
And
It was definitely Radio America, yes.
Yeah, with
Okay.
Gloria.
with
Gloria.
Gloria, correct.
We had so many calls after that. Everybody just started calling right after she talked on the, right after she had her interview. Everybody started calling, but she did that once or twice,
That's great.
and I think that
She
needs
should go
to be
back.
continuous. Yeah.
Okay. So how is the center? I mean, you have Nestor, Susan. You guys. I was there when he opened. Carolina was there too. I believe Daniel was there too when he opened. How is it going? Just explain, because we may have some people watching us, and this is at the Gaithersburg Library. What are some of the projects and the programs that you guys have offering to the community?
So our main program, I think, is the computer classes. Right now, we currently have computer classes, basic and also intermediate to advanced. And we also have food safety classes. We have child growth and development classes. Let me see. We have done a couple of workshops based on financial aid and how to pay for college. And we also have the counseling services every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. There's somebody coming in from EOC of Montgomery College, and he sees people. So it can be walk-ins or they can make an appointment with us.
Got it.
So
Go ahead.
it is super busy up at Gaithersburg. You know, it's that Gaithersburg Library is pretty much a hub for a community hub, and it's just wonderful to see. As you know, Up County and all of Montgomery County is as diverse as it can get. So we see all types of community members coming in and asking for all kinds of information. The info referral, I want to highlight that, because that is a huge part of what we do. You know, since a lot of people think that we're a nonprofit Gilchrist Center, but we're a county agency, right? We're obviously the Office of Community Partnerships. But a lot of what we do is that connection that we do, info referral to county agencies, but at the same time, the Montgomery County way, where we can't do it alone, right? We have to work with our partners. So we have a lot of information with all of our nonprofits, and we provide that information to all of our customers that come in. And you know, the word of mouth is just unbelievable. So, and that is the best. That is the best thing that, as you know, any campaign, media campaign, or whatever we want to do, or outreach, that's the way to go. So we have the community trust in the Gaithersburg area, and as Susan said, the core is that English computer classes, and we can never have enough. We always have wait lists. We have wait lists as we speak of people who want to get into the computer classes, which is a good problem. And I tell, wherever I go, and I tell people that it's a good problem what we have in the immigrant community, that people want to learn how to use the computers. People want to know, and you know, they know that if they want to compete, they have to adapt to the changes and to the technology that is happening now. So and so as Susan says, you know, all of those things that we have going on, and then just whatever need we see, we do surveys on the community. What would you like to see? What do you want to see here? What other classes do you want to see coming here? And those workshops that Susan just mentioned, those are part of, you know, well, we see that people want more food safety or something else. What else can we bring? So that is the model that we have going on, and so it's working at this moment. It's fine, and we're really excited about the partnership that we have.
Got it. And Danielle, I see you a lot in Silver Spring, and they talked about Gaithersburg. But talk to us a little bit about the project and how, when I interview you for one of our stories, you mentioned that people can call you if they're in shelters, for instance, and you go there and you help when you have some cultural differences. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, so that's part of the liaison work that I do, which is Nestor. So Nestor, all what he's described, he oversees that in the Up County area. Now, about a year and a half ago, I was sent to the East County to create something like that. And as of today, we have 95 students in 4 classes that we offer in the Gilchrist. So I oversee the Gilchrist Center in the East County. We also have Montgomery College there as well that are offering those some of those programs that Susan talked about. But let me also put in a plug-in. So June 22nd,
June 22nd.
The same ribbon cutting we had in Gettysburg
Yes.
is going to take place in the East County. So the
Yes.
address is 3300 Brooks Cheney Road in Silver Spring, Maryland, 20904.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about, again, when you told me the story about the shelter
Sure.
that you visited, I thought that was so powerful.
No, I
And
agree.
it really summarizes how important your work and everyone else's work is. So share with them that story that I thought it was a powerful story.
Yeah, sure. So there's a family who, again, in hard times, basically lost everything, and the last, thing that they had, which is, a roof over their head, all of a sudden that started to crumble because, they didn't have income to pay the rent, and so they were evicted and found themselves in one of the shelters. Well, one of the challenge that they also found was that, of course, language was one, which again, we came from a French-speaking country. But another thing is that just the cultural differences. This is a man who used to work, used to provide for his family. Now he's within the shelter system, and he sees himself almost of no self-esteem because according to him, there's a woman that's telling him what to do, when to wake up, that go to this computer and let me help you look for a job. So he um, for many reasons that we could not, many people would not understand, but in a cultural way, was very, very reluctant to take those instructions from a woman, and so because of that, there was always a clash, where and so I got called into this because, again, as Elena said, I'm usually around in the neighborhood and in the community, but also I've also worked with some of these shelters as well. And then, so I got there, we were in this conference, and I had to basically bring reality to this gentleman to say, listen, uh, either you do what this case manager who's trying to help you get your life back and keep your family together, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to where social services can come because you don't have a shelter for your
Yeah.
family and just tear the family apart. And because it came from a man and from that perspective, then he was clearly able to listen to what I'm saying and then started cooperating. But as we say, that's the type of work that Nestor does, the type of work that I do, Diane, Casey, Mimi, these are all liaisons in our office. Any one of us can get a call around families, and we have to get involved to help.
Mhm. And when we talk about being connectors, I think part of my job here as my MC Media, my title is Community Engagement Specialist. And I usually tell people that I want to know what's going on in your community. So maybe the stories that I cover, you guys can see it, and maybe you can pass it on the information, county executive, county council, or even the nonprofits that can help those people. So I did a story on the red shirts in Silver Spring, for instance. They are a fantastic group from
I agree.
everywhere. Literally, they are from everywhere. From Africa, from Nicaragua, from El Salvador, from Guatemala. I mean, you have people from everywhere. And all the other stories. I did a story on the Neighbors for Neighbors and in Gettysburg, and they're literally helping each other. They have this monthly meeting, and where, let's say that a family needs a bed, someone, they're having dinner, they're doing, praying, and someone will say, well, I need a bed, I don't have a bed for my child. Someone will say, well, I have a free one at home if you want it, and they all help each other. And I think if we all share what we do, then we serve the community even better. And talking about connectors, one thing that I'm big on is social media. So Carolina, coming from you, tell me a little bit about what is the role that social media plays when you do your work, for instance?
I think there's an element of providing a live update through social media that we couldn't do via email, and so to our audiences, I think they value that. I make a point of using social media to sort of keep people up to date on the different programs that we're producing, but also as a way to kind of letting people know this happened, and in case you didn't get to go, here's a short, highlight or whatever that might be. So it helps our content last a little bit longer, stay a little more relevant, I think. And yeah, I think our primarily we use here out of MCTV, we're doing Twitter and Facebook, and identifying who those ambassadors, let's say, who those fans are that are going to retweet you a lot. I think that's important, and so we try to tag them or include them in our tweets just to kind of get the word out. So and hashtags are definitely an element, but that's usually coming from the Montgomery College account, which is not something I manage, but we tag along a lot. So
yeah. What about? Go ahead.
Aline, I'm sorry, I will have to leave now, but definitely social media, huge role. We also have the Gilchrist Facebook page. Please go to it and like it. Another thing that I didn't mention is the conversation classes, and highlight as well that all of our teachers, that what we do with Gilchrist, they're all volunteers, so they're all county residents that want to give back to the community. I mean, that's a message that we have to put out there, as you're talking about the neighbors in need. So, all of them have the teacher for the conversation class in Gettysburg, Mark. He has his website, his Facebook page, and he has all of them following him, and I mean, that's just another tool that we can use and take advantage of. Just like Daniel did a shout out, I want to say as well. So Gilchrist is my stuff, but then I also have the Latin America Advisory Group as part of my portfolio. I also have the Sister Cities Morazan, which we're actually planning a trip with the county executive to Morazan, El Salvador in November 2015, by the way. So yeah, you're welcome to come. And then
I would love to.
Yeah, we're doing 4 days. We're in the planning of all of that, right? And then so my other thing that I have, my other portfolio is also the Children Fleeing Violence Work Group from Central America, which is in Montgomery County in the state of Maryland. We're one of the Montgomery County and Prince George's County were the two largest counties that got the highest number of unaccompanied minors in the state of Maryland. And then so June 7th, speaking of the red shirt, see, it's all connected. Red shirt, right, in Silver Spring. So we will have the Ama Tu Vida Health Festival. Ama Tu Vida Health Festival happening this Sunday, June 7th, from 12 to 5
Translate, what is Ama Tu Vida? Because not everyone speaks Spanish. Come on.
So it's funny. That's not how you say it in English. Is that Ama, love your health or love your life? It's all of that. So it's about taking care of yourself, finding out, what is my blood pressure, what is my cholesterol level. So all of those free screenings will be happening at the Veterans Plaza in front of the Civic Building.
This Sunday, right?
This Sunday, June 7th. And then in Wheaton, we're going to be competing, but it is also the Taste of Wheaton happening here in front of the Mid-County Regional Service Center. So a lot of stuff going on this weekend, great stuff. I can't come to Wheaton, but I'll be in Silver Spring, so I'll be part of the Ama Tu Vida Festival. We're going to have an entertainment session, too. We're going to have mariachis. We're going to have a live band, Salvadorian. I'm assuming, actually. But I think they are Sabaneros. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
No,
no.
And we're going to have Patricia de Lima from El Sol joining us, being the MC. So it's going to be fun. So come by. I'll be there and say hello to everyone.
For sure. And Nestor, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And we will do this again. I promise you.
Yeah, this is
good. You have to stay for the whole time because
this is helpful.
This is super helpful. Yes.
Yeah, and we can help each other, obviously. So that's
it's all about and giving back to putting all that information out to the community, which is what we're doing. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Nestor.
Bye, Nestor.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that let me just put a plug in again for the Caribbean Heritage Month. Of course, it's June. And,
yes, I know that. That's on my calendar.
Yeah, so on Sunday, the 7th, we have about 4,800 people who have RSVP to be at the Strathmore.
Wow.
We're taking over the grounds of the Strathmore, the mansion, the outside playing area, the main hall. There's going to be incredible performances.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Yes. So please go to the Strathmore website, or if you go to the county website, so montgomerycountymd.gov/Caribbean,
Okay.
and you will see the flyer there. But also, again, it's a free event. It's a family fun event.
What
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
think is really interesting about all that, Alma Tu Vida and the Heritage Month, is that it's not just for your own community. You have people from other cultures getting to
Exactly.
know the Latino community, the Caribbean community,
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
Asian community. You got people going there, really, finding out
Yeah.
what the county is all about, which
Well,
is
remember when you talk about Caribbean, you have places like from Cuba all
yeah.
the way to Haiti. I mean, Caribbean is so diverse. I mean, and so that's and you're absolutely right. That 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 it really speaks to the county that we have, but also the leadership we have also in the county, recognizing our differences, but also highlighting the way we work together to make sure that people celebrate
Hmm.
those as well. So absolutely. But let me also say June 9th, it's World Refugee Day, and our office is also we are going to be, as you know, I usually have a quarterly down county provider meeting where all the nonprofits working in the down county area, we meet once a quarter, just to highlight collaborations, but also talk about matters. So this time we are actually meeting in downtown Silver Spring at the Civic Building um, from 3:30 to 5. But then again, World Refugee Day goes all the way to 9. World Refugee Day is a very, very interesting. You'll find out refugees from El Salvador, for Honduras, Guatemala, but also from the East Asian countries, from Africa, countries in Africa. I mean, people come and highlight their cultures again, but also they come and talk about just appreciating, but also looking at the contributions of refugees as well. So that will also take place in downtown Silver Spring on the 9th of June, which is next Tuesday.
And now that we're talking about connecting, collaborating, and stuff, Susan, from you, what do you think are the challenges? Because although we try to reach out to as many people as we can, there's still a large portion that still does not know some of the programs that Montgomery College, for instance, offers, or the service that you guys do. What do you think are the challenges?
Well, we're doing a great job at using the media and, try to get as many people to look at our programs online. But our communities, most of them, they don't even know how to use a computer or they don't have internet at home. And I think the best way to reach out to them will be to actually, door knocking or knowing where they're going, which events they're going, like Ama Tu Vida and things like that. Um, because you're right, it's been challenging to actually reach out to those that actually need the services the most.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot of people, maybe even volunteers, to be able to let them know that we are located either at the Gatesburg Library or at the East County Regional Building. We are there, and we're there for them. I think it's very important. We have so many programs, and we really want to hear from the community, but they need to come to us as well.
And so just share a little bit of where they can find you guys. Website, Facebook, Twitter, phone, just share a little bit of that.
So I think the main way is if you want to stop by the Gatesburg Library in Montgomery Village, or give us a call at 240-777-4959 or 240-777-4960. We're going to say, yeah, you can contact the Gilchrist or Montgomery College.
Okay.
And then what else do we have?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the main way. Just give us a call and we'll give you all the details and we'll tell you where to come and we'll make sure we take care of you.
And the last thing I wanted to say is that every time I see projects coming from you, I get story ideas and I try to share the information. So just as a last remark, I think what we're doing, it's a good thing. We help each other, we share information, we cover each other's stories, and we just pass it on. So if you have anything else to say, anything else that you would like for people to know, I also wanted to say that MyMCMedia.org, we cover Montgomery County. We are on Twitter at MyMCMedia. We're on Facebook, MyMCMedia.org. So always make sure that you check us out. Montgomery 21 always. I mean, we have all our stories, my stories, Krista Brick and Sonia Burke. So we try to be out there as much as we can. And I even got from Daniel once, he said, you're everywhere. And I don't think I'm everywhere enough. And I really try my best. But again, anything else that you guys wanted to say, any last remarks? If anything else that you want to say, Carolina, please feel free.
I think this was really helpful. And I'm just shocked because I had no idea about this Caribbean thing, which is funny. It's something that I noticed even Montgomery College posted it to its internal news site, but I didn't find out until I heard it from Daniel. So, I think this was fantastic, but more communication is always helpful, especially knowing that we're all sort of driven towards some of the same goals.
Yeah. We'll do this again for sure. We'll do this again. We get a topic maybe that we all share. We talk about it. We can get some other people, maybe students if they wanted to share their ideas, someone from the community, Danielle. That would be great. So anything else, Danielle, you wanted to share with us?
Well, I just want to thank you for your leadership, and I think sometimes you think something is good, but it has to take somebody to start it, and I think you started something good. So I really want to appreciate it. And indeed, you are everywhere, so keep up.
I try.
Javelini.
Hey.
Thank you, Susan. Anything else you wanted to share, Susan, before we wrap this up?
Yes, we have registration coming up. We have 2 summer classes, so please contact us as soon as possible so we can let you know the registration date and time and the price of our classes at the Gatesburg Library. And this is for the summer, and we're also going to be posting our fall semester classes soon. So please make sure you're on top of that. If you don't come on registration date, we cannot save you space. So please stop by.
I remember those times. I remember them. Trying to be on the calendar, making sure my spot was there, and then I got the class. I remember that. Well, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Again, like I said, check us out at MyMCMedia.org on Twitter. Follow us, and we'll do this again sometime soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.